Welcome back to The Betrayed. I'm Gina Beck.
This is Drew Williams.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. I appreciate y'all, and I really love all the feedback.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. This whole journey's been incredible, and just seeing everyone interact lately and seeing the regular names all the time is awesome. Thank you guys so much.
How are you, Drew?
I'm good. I'm officially an uncle, so I'm really, really, really good.
Yay! And the baby's name is Joplin, right?
Yeah. Like
I
after
love that
Janis
name.
Joplin. Yeah, no, I love her name. She's beautiful. We're blessed.
So cute.
My sister-in-law went to battle, came out with a beautiful baby. She's a warrior of a woman, so yeah, I'm
Congratulations to
stoked.
you and your whole family.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
everyone's
awesome.
stoked. Everyone's super, super happy. So, how are you though?
Good for you. I'm good. Back from Miami. It was a great trip. Jenna Shea and I had a great time. I think I took some of the best photos I've taken there just because obviously it's Miami, but the sun hit perfect and I just love outdoor photos and if I could have that lighting everywhere, oh gosh.
I mean, that's why
So,
so many people shoot down in that area. I totally get it.
yep. The only thing I really wish we would have done is jet skis, but the ocean was pretty rough when we were there and we didn't go to the bay. And it kind of rained a little bit. So that day we were like, whatever. But we're gonna go next time we hang out, either in my area or hers. People are probably clicking on this because of the title. As you can see, we're gonna talk about Luca. And something to bring up is the British filmmaker that created the documentary, which true crime fans are, you know, like really, really happy about it. I know I am super
Yeah.
happy about the documentary and how it came out.
Mm.
And they, I guess Luca tracked him down and wrote him some letters, but unfortunately he won't release what the letters say. He said he doesn't want to give him any more attention, and that's what Luca is wanting, is attention, and he doesn't want to give him what he wants, so he's going to keep them to himself. I really want to know what they say. I know everybody else does too, but I totally get where he's coming
Well, yeah,
from.
you're just feeding
Gotcha.
into everything that dude wants. Because isn't he running like a campaign still, like from prison or something like that? Like a promotional campaign or something weird like that. You have a lot of,
Right.
they have a lot of liberties in prison in Canada, so
Yeah, I don't blame him for not wanting to give him a platform at all, but it's very the nosy side of me just wants to know what the heck did
everyone
he
does.
say to him. He probably threatened him. Do you think he threatened him?
I don't know if he threatened him. I think he probably just elaborated on some of his lies. Maybe just to further the mystery, you know what I mean? He just seems like that because he's built with so many layers of lies with horrific truth. Like it's a very weird story.
Right. And I guess his mother insists that he only did it like I don't even think she really believes that he did it still,
No, I
and
think that
so I
she's
guess
quoted as saying something along. She firmly believes a third hand is lurking in Luca's infamous cat killing video belongs to a man named Emmanuel Manny Lopez. But they actually talk
right.
about him in all the sleuths that people like it's a bad word. They all think it's
Yeah.
like him. It's his pseudonym for trying to be like the character from that movie Basic Instinct. So I don't
Hmm.
know. It's pretty
Have you seen that movie?
Basic Instinct. Not enough, not in years, and I can like I kind of remember it, but not really. But that's where he got a bunch of his like ideas from. It's like a weird serial killer movie. Like
Hmm. Yeah, and he tried to like redo it right in his own way.
yeah, because I don't remember the whole plot on the movie, but it's somewhere along the same lines where like he has this alter personality that he like talks about like it's another person, but it's actually him doing all the crimes, and that's who Manny
Mm.
is probably. But they always talk about and I know what scene they're talking about. There's this other hand in the cat video. Everyone else thinks it's like Manny, or they think it's a dead person's hand. I think it's just a fake prop hand.
Really?
Yeah, I don't
To
think
get people talking?
I don't think he had the balls yet to kill anybody yet. Because he's pretty sloppy with everything. Really, when you break it down, like what he did, like the final crime, like he's not a very like he thinks he's super intelligent, but I don't really think he is.
Mm. Do you hear about the BC student that was traumatized after the Luca Magnotta Netflix series allegedly shown to a class?
Yeah, you sent me something on that, and I dug a little bit into it. And when I initially read the title, I was thinking like junior high kids or something like that, but they're high school kids. So I don't know
Yeah.
completely how I feel about it because I mean, I guarantee all those kids have access to Netflix, and if they don't, their friends do, so they're gonna watch it anyways.
Yeah. It was a school district in Metro Vancouver, and I guess they're investigating a complaint that a high school teacher showed students a graphic and disturbing true crime documentary on an infamous Canadian killer. The school district confirmed it received an anonymous letter from a parent alleging their child came home from Elgin Park Secondary crying and upset to the point of being hysterical and vomiting. Wow. On the last school day before Christmas break. The parent, who did not want to identify themselves or their child, said the student's class was shown Don't Fuck with Cats, and a new Netflix documentary about Luca Magnotta. The three-part series, which is rated for mature audiences only, focuses on amateur online sleuths who work to identify a man who was killing kittens. In two videos back in 2012, we know this. What do you think? Do you think
Uh,
they're maybe a
I
little
think there's,
dramatic and
I
overreacting?
think there's two levels here. I think first of all, 80% of those kids in that high school probably watched that thing if they were into it.
Right.
I think we're not thinking about the fact that that was in Canada and these crimes happen in Canada, so it probably is a little
That's
bit
pretty
more.
scary.
It's probably
Yeah.
a little bit more impactful to their like population.
I wonder if the teacher talked about it before showing it or was just like, okay, here's a movie and like just let them watch it, because in the teacher's position if you're going to show something like that, it says mature audiences only, so you want to make sure that the audience is mature enough going into it, and you should probably give them a warning and a brief summary about what it's
To
about.
me, the anonymous letter sounds like a Karen mom who found out her kid watched that and the kid's fine, but she's really angry that the kid watched it and just like to me it just sounds like that didn't happen, Karen. Like it didn't happen.
Yeah, I guess Matthew says the district only received the letter dated December 23rd on Monday afternoon, and the principal was notified Tuesday morning. She said there was still many unanswered questions, including whether students did in fact watch the series, whether parents were notified when the film would be screened, and if students had the ability to opt out of viewing it. I guess when the news asked which class and grade would have watched the film, Matthews said that out of respect for the compliance wishes their child not be identified, they would not disclose that information due to the small class size. And what is the educational value of this? Like, what do you think the educational value of it would be?
The educational value from this, there really isn't. I mean, to me it sounds like a teacher who made a bad decision on what to play for a movie for the last day of school.
Mm, right. They say that their child was not just physically ill after seeing the film, but traumatized in the classroom. Those acts cannot be unseen or unknown. Um,
There's nothing in the
a
documentary
child.
that shows really.
I know. I was just gonna say that. Like, it's just not even that bad.
Like I mean, okay, they
But
show the look on that cat's face when he's tied to the stick, and that shit's pretty heartbreaking. But I don't
yeah,
remember. Maybe I'm wrong, and if someone in the comments remembers, I don't remember them clipping anything from One Lunatic, One Icepick. I don't remember them like actually showing parts of it. Like
yeah, I don't either.
maybe him dancing in the beginning. I don't remember. Maybe I don't know. The cussing, yeah, okay. There's a lot of cussing in it. It's called "Don't Fuck with Cats," but
Yeah, I guess a child psychologist, Allison Jones, told CTV News it's natural to be traumatized by that kind of graphic content, but that's it. Not necessarily inappropriate for high school students as long as there's a reason for watching and it's followed by a discussion. Which is what I said. I don't think it should be followed by a discussion. I think it should be, but I think you should also talk about it in the beginning. Let them know what they're getting into.
And
Um,
well, I
Go ahead.
still think that there's a context of the crime being in Canada, both crimes. If this is a crime against students or whatever it is, I think the impact's different because it's probably everybody knows Luca Magnotta. I mean,
All
they're
right.
but
Do you think that they should have the option to watch it or not?
absolutely. I mean, that's no different than like what's like the sex ed stuff. I mean,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
that's I mean it does show it talks about a pretty crazy subject, but they made us sign. We had to get permission slips to watch Roots, which is a depiction of what really happened in American history. So you probably need to get permission slips to show stuff like that. I think the teacher just really screwed up.
Do you think that there should be support in place for people that feel upset or uncomfortable with what they've seen?
Isn't there already school counselors? And then it's
That's what I
Canada.
was gonna say.
It's Canada, so they have really good public health, so they can go see counselors. So
Hmm. That's something that this article, I guess CTV News asked. Well, Matthews wouldn't say whether counseling services were available to students who may have seen more than they expected or intended. We don't want to avoid difficult topics. We need to have conversations about these hard things, and it doesn't teach our children to be safe if we don't teach them about things, said Jones. I agree with that for sure. But sometimes this content can just be so disturbing that it can actually cause people to draw back further and disconnect even more. Because he's a notorious Canadian killer. How Luca went from posting videos of suffocating kittens and torturing cats to the infamous One Killer, One Icepick online murder video is a mystery. But the sleuths in the Netflix documentary described as a narcissistic network of posting from Magnotta who manufactured a fictitious fan base and claimed to work as a model and gay porn actor. He also made bizarre comments, including emphatically insisting he was dating notorious serial killer Carla Homolka. The case infused during the spring of 2012.
I love how they
True.
say fake fan base, which is true at the time when he was doing that. He totally made all that fake fan base, but he has a new fan base. Like, have you heard about the conspiracy? Like, well, we just kind of talked about the whole Manny conspiracy. There
Mm-hmm.
is a Facebook group. Fuck it, we'll say it. It's called the Failed Scheme to Frame Luca Magnotta. It's got less than 1,000 people in it, but there are people that literally believe that that Manny's real. There's some There's just quotes from it. It just considered the fact that Luca was being framed because he was being framed. The people framing him were doing everything possible to make it look like Luca in those videos. Another quote is, "If it was Luca, he could have easily not shown anything which would even remotely make him look like he not did it." Third one, finished watching the Netflix series and straight away I could see something wasn't right with it. So it's just all these people that are they're basing it off of "Don't fuck with cats" and that one frame. But people are reaching out to him. They
Like writing him letters.
yeah, things like that. I haven't got into the group. I mean, I'm not against it. I want to see what's going on. I find
Mm-hmm.
it fascinating. It's really weird that you would even if he was being forced to do those acts, if you've actually watched the final film, I don't know how you would even with a gun to your head, how you would be able to do those things.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, and you've actually watched it.
Yeah, it's the most horrific thing I've ever witnessed on video ever. I don't recommend anybody watching it. It's disgusting.
So there's a fan base, and they're writing him letters and giving him support, and it's obviously making him realize that he does have this support in these people, which probably gives him more motive to want to write like the director, right? And things like that.
Yeah, I'm curious if he's part of this group.
The director, if he's in it,
The director or Luca, if they're on, because I would imagine Luca probably has access to Facebook and stuff like that. Because
I'm gonna ask that. Yeah, they find a way for sure.
yeah, that's I, it's
Under what, like a stock account?
Yeah, like a sock account, like because I mean he was so good at it before, but maybe he's not. Maybe they do monitor him that way because I mean he was so
And
sneaky
for those
online.
of you that don't, for those of you that don't know what a sock account is, it's just an account that you make with a false name and picture so that people don't know who you really are. A catfish account, I guess, but you use it to talk crap, to spy, to be in groups.
It's generally used by trolls. That's 80% of sock accounts are just trolls trying to just stir the pot.
Or Luca wanting to be in a group. I don't
or
think
it's
he'd.
Luca Magnotta.
I don't think he'd be in there under his real name. Do you? At least
No,
not
but I
right
could see him
away.
making some dramatic like introduction like after if it picked up, but it's got like less than 1,000 people in it. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't. I don't think most people don't even remember that spot in the movie where they talk about Manny and all that. They kind of glanced over it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's in his head. He did all that stuff. There's no.
Yeah,
I mean,
100%.
Manny exists in his head, but not
Yeah,
in the real world.
right. He for sure did it.
So I have one final thing I want to bring up. The last time we talked about this, we had crazy view numbers, and it's the only video that we had massive dislikes on it. And I find it really weird that so many people were angry that it wasn't the video of Luca killing cats. I find it very strange. I, first of all, what are you doing looking up 10-year-old snuff films on YouTube? It's not going to be on YouTube. Are you freaking kidding me? Like, come on, be smarter.
You're you're talking about our most viewed slash most disliked video. Is
Yeah,
that what you're
yeah, yeah.
bringing up right now?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right now.
I
And
know. I go and look at that because like sometimes we'll get a new comment on it or something, and it has me click on it to see it, and then I glance at the top where our dislikes and likes are and everything, and oh my gosh, the amount of dislikes, there's like over 200 I think right now, probably over 300 when you guys listen to this. Yeah, you people who are clicking on the video that just want to see cats dying because of the thumbnail and the title are sick. And that's
I mean,
exactly who you are
granted, I'm
and why you're
guilty. I
disliking.
watched all of Luca's films, unfortunately, but I didn't
But of
go on
course that
you.
wouldn't be on YouTube,
Yeah, but I
you
didn't go
know?
to YouTube to find them. And then if I found them, like if if I found a link that didn't have it too, I wouldn't go out of my way to dislike it. Like, I don't know. It
And
just
it clearly says on our title, episode, and then our episode number, and then dash the betrayed. So it's like it's totally
watch
something with.
someone's gonna link us. Oh no, actually, the last one someone did link it. There is a link, but I believe it's dead now. If you look at the comment, there is someone that linked the actual video that is on YouTube. I take that back.
Oh really?
Yeah, I don't think I think the link is dead. I've been afraid to click on it.
No, because when I looked up the title name, because I looked also, and there's a lot of thumbnails of the similar picture, but they're not, none of them are the video. Are the
Oh,
video.
that's good. I'm glad that's not that accessible. I just was scared to click on our own comments because if it's there, I don't want to see it again.
But there is a website that it is on that people were saying that it's on. I forget what the name of it is right now, but I'm not going to promote it here either.
It
But
changes all the time. Those movies will live on, unfortunately, forever on the internet. As soon as they get taken down, someone else will put them up. It's sick, and I'm
what
guilty of it. I
about
watched them, so
have you heard of the new Ted Bundy series that's out on Amazon Prime?
I've heard about it. I haven't watched it yet. It's something that I wanted to check out. It's always an interesting story. I mean, everyone's fascinating
I
with them.
started the very first episode, and oh my gosh, it's very it sucks you in. It's very interesting. I haven't been able to, I haven't had time to watch any more of it, but something I would like to talk about in the future too. Uh,
Absolutely, absolutely. That's a crazy case study. I mean, all those super famous serial killers are very unique and very strange people.
so, what is your opinion on, besides people that are clicking on that video to see kitties die? What else were you thinking about?
As far as
Why they do that?
why they do that? I mean, it's the same thing I had. It was curiosity, but it's just lazy curiosity. Like it's not gonna be named the exact thing it was called when he uploaded it. Like people be smarter. Like it's just it's so obvious that it's not going to be, especially when the title says something like that. I don't know. It's weird to me that it's not weird to me that you want to see it, but it's weird to me that you're angry you didn't get to see it.
True.
That's what's weird. Because I
Mm-hmm.
get the curiosity and it's a weird, sick curiosity. I don't understand it either. You really shouldn't watch it. I wish I wouldn't have watched them. It's just like those Faces of Death videos we had in the early 2000s and stuff like that. Everybody wanted to watch those. Like I don't want to watch any of that crap anymore.
Or like when you're scrolling through Facebook and you see the animal abuse videos and Facebook lets those stay.
I don't
The
understand that
hell?
at all.
Yeah.
I don't get what's with the rise of that.
Mm-hmm. And I've noticed since watching that documentary, I've just noticed more and more articles of people abusing animals. Like it's just insane. Puppies, kittens, happening in the U.S. as well.
I think
It's
it's one of those
crazy.
things where it's like technology is, so accessible now. I don't think there's a rehash of animal abuse. I think it's been going on for a long time. It's easy for people to get away with it,
Mm,
unfortunately. I think there's a lot more people than you realize that like inflicting pain on animals, which is really
yeah,
freaky. It's really, really
sad.
sad. Yeah, it's really sad. Weird, but I mean, we're most of our listeners, most of our close friends are all animal lovers, so we don't
Mm-hmm.
think like that.
Yeah. Oh.
Man, I mean, we're both sitting right now recording this surrounded by our fur children, so
If you guys know any other information on Luca that we have not talked about or that we don't know, you should link us or message us in the comments or in the links in the description. You'll find our Instagram and our Facebook and our email, even. And go ahead and hit us up and let us know anything that we should know. Because we have definitely been following the whole Luca thing very closely. And I really think that we covered everything.
so far I think we've talked about everything that needs to be said.
I want to dive into some more things going on with Onision because I guess there's some more things happening with him.
That's ever going. We could just keep building them till it's time to record next. That's a he's a train wreck.
Yeah, yeah. That whole situation is so crazy. And it's still going. It's going strong. I just wonder how it's going to end. But I think we're going to end it here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. I really appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Make sure you go to our Apple Podcasts and leave reviews on our Apple Podcasts. Unless you're here, it would be awesome if you just go down to the bottom and leave us a review. I would really, really, really appreciate it. We'll shout out all of our Apple Podcast reviews in our next recorded episode. Love y'all. Banana Cats.
Much love, banana cats. Peace.